And this is Friday, and we're about 10 minutes away from our local community spotlight. Introduce you to a lady coming up that's actually put her thoughts and feelings as far as tribute to essential medical workers to song. That's on the way. We're going to meet a lady who's no stranger to musical endeavors within this community for many years, who's actually written a song, in fact, a couple, for the essential workers. We're going to meet her on the community spotlight. That's going to be right after the weekend. Here's
Max Mornings present your local celebrity spotlight.
Ah, yeah.
Brought to you by Fix Auto Bathurst.
This week's Community Spotlight, we are with Brenda Taggart, and Brenda recently has put together a song paying tribute to essential workers within the medical field here in our community, and we're going to talk about that. But first of all, Brenda, thank you so much for joining us on the Community Spotlight.
Appreciate that.
First of all, as I say, we are going to talk about your song, but how about before we go anywhere, you can just tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Well, I was born and raised in Bathurst. My profession was in the banking industry. I am married. I have 2 sons. They are both married, and I have 4 grandchildren. 30 years ago, I was a member of a country band called the Country Keyboard Express. And we had a blind lead guitar player in our band, and that was pretty exciting. And he was fabulous. But then later on in the years, as the boys grew older, we formed our own family band, and it was called Brenda and the Boys. All through high school, I knew where my boys were on Saturday night. But there was always a catch. However, booking money had to belong to them. But that was okay. Anyway, in the 90s, something pretty spectacular had happened to me. I was invited to Nashville to audition for a spot on TV, on a TV show called You Could Be a Star. So that was quite exciting. So my family and I, Mom and Dad, packed up the old van and headed for Nashville. No air conditioning, mind you. We got down there, the Grand Ole Opry. We had to go to Opryland, and they recorded my song, which was pretty exciting. And they also explained that they scheduled their shows 6 months ahead. However, by the time my turn came, the show was canceled. But that was okay. It was an experience I'll never forget. I took an early retirement from banking, and when the mines closed, that's where my husband worked, he also retired. Music and entertaining became our hobbies.
Sort of moving into present day, I know you're a member of the, it's called I don't know, is it called the Sock Hop Group? Explain who's in that group and what you guys do.
Was actually formed 10 years ago, and we weren't the original members. It was organized by Connie Duga, Roger Roy, Paul, and Ann Terrio, and I believe Barry and Mary Jane Gammon were the starters of this. And they would do a fundraising once a year. The theme was always 50s and 60s music around that era. And, of course, we would decorate to the hilt. So when you walked in, you felt like you were back in that era. My husband and I, we got on board about 5 years ago. We did fundraisings, a couple for the Cancer Society. We also raised funds for the Legion when they were in need at one point in time. And then also when they decided to move, they needed funds, so we did another fundraising. This year, the fundraising was for our Sea Cadets. It's our way of giving back to the society.
Now, tell us about the song. We've shared the video. It's a YouTube video, and we played a clip of the song here recently. Song you put together, it's an inspiration and a tribute to the medical essential workers. So tell us the inspiration behind that and why that was important to you.
Actually, Tribute to Essential Workers was the second song I wrote. 2 weeks ago, I was strolling on Facebook, and I saw it was Truckers Week, so I wrote a song, a tribute to the truckers. Well, we submitted that to CTV, and to my surprise, that evening, they aired a segment of it. Our essential workers really hit home for me. Like I said, I have 2 sons. One is a doctor in Calgary, and the other runs a construction company in Nova Scotia. And I worry about them every day. Of course, in normal times with no pandemic, everyone is essential to our society. However, these dark times, there are some services we can't survive without, and that would be our health care, security, and, of course, food. And then seeing the people that were manning our grocery stores and trying to keep us safe, as well as our frontline workers, policemen, firemen, etc. These essential workers do not have the opportunity to stay home where it's safe from the virus, and thank goodness they don't. So they are our unsung heroes. When I saw all the tributes going out throughout our country to these essential workers, like what we did here in our city of Bathurst, when the front line did their parade, that was very moving. Well, I needed to find a way to express our thanks. I wrote that song, Tribute to Our Essential Workers. So with the technical help of my husband and help from my cousin Laurie, we asked some of the essential workers to send in some pics of themselves to create this amazing video. We received pics from all over. Of course, some familiar faces from Bathurst, Hamilton, Miramichi, Moncton, Fredericton, Ontario, Nova Scotia, Calgary. Why, we even have a pic from the Canadian nurse working at the hospital in Tampa, Florida. So this is my thank you song to them. And Jeff, just in case if anyone is interested in knowing or seeing what we do to pass the time, of course, we're all staying inside, right?
Yeah.
We have a YouTube channel, and it's called Brenda and Carrie Taggart. I really want to thank Max 104.9 for all you're doing, keeping us informed and entertained, too, and for giving me this opportunity to highlight these beautiful workers.
Oh, well, Brenda, well, thank you for spending some time with us this morning and telling us your story and about the song, and we'll share your link up here on our Facebook page as well with the interview and also the audio of the song. So keep up the great work and stay safe, and we really appreciate you taking some time out with us today.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Jeff.
What would we ever do if not for you? Giving up everything you have home to, helping the sick and trying to not be blue. Oh, nobody else will do. You are amazing in every way, risking your lives for us every day. How can we ever thank you for all you do? Oh, nobody else will do. Let us all pray for them and keep them well. Support them in every way through this evil spell. You are essential as can be, and all of your amenities, oh, they should be free. Please don't give up on us, whatever you do. Oh, nobody else will do. Thank you and be safe, whatever you do. Oh, nobody else will do. No, nobody else